mind. It's the kind thing to do. If you have a guilty conscience, bring them cigarettes when you come to visit them on weekends. And then again, I could be wrong. They call me Mel.
Yeah. 10:39, 21 till 11 at WIOD. We got a call in Miami. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Neil. How are you today?
Okay, how are you today? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
What's up, babe?
I knew the answer before
What's happening, dude?
You. Hey, just got a couple of things. Number one, I'm in the office. Can you hear me? Hello? If someone walks in, it's just going to sound a little funny, but I'll tell them you're an important call.
Okay.
If that dog
We'll take 20,000, okay?
Righto.
Have him here by a week from Sukkot.
That dog of yours gets any bigger, you're going to have to use something besides a matchstick to keep training it.
Yeah, like maybe your foot.
Hey, look, I tried to get a hold of you last week before the Grand Prix, but I couldn't get in on Friday. People go nuts.
Why do I have the feeling that this is going to be a call I'm going to regret concluding? Is there any special reason for that?
No. I'm halfway whispering because of I'm sitting here in a cubicle in the middle of Burger King corporate headquarters, and they monitor the phone bills, too. They get, the number you called and how many minutes you were on it, and this is about 50. Look, I've got a...
Didn't I tell you? It's certifiable, believe me. Go ahead, sir.
I got a memo here that I need to fax to you because it wouldn't do it any good. It's on protocol on how to treat some guy named...
It's on what? Protocol?
Protocol on how to treat a guy named...
Or
Prince
protocol?
Mike. Yeah, protocol. Protocol. Burger King's now...
When you say cubicle, you mean like where they put Bundy, like in solitary?
Something very similar to that.
Is that what you're talking about, sir?
Yeah, they're padded
I didn't realize they have phones for those places.
Yeah, padded and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we're bought now. We're owned by the Brits over there in England. Burger King is. So they send us...
Wait a minute. We've got a crisis now. What do you mean they want to bring food? Didn't anybody in the sales department listen to this show?
No.
No?
Too busy.
What are they listening to? Y100 or something? That 10-year-old disc jockey?
Uh-oh.
Is it coming?
She's going to have to come in here, and we're going to have to make a deal on this. So you can't do it through Roger, okay? Roger is not going to take the blame for this.
Uh-oh. This is
Go
exciting.
ahead, sir. We're not paying any attention to what you're saying. We have a little... I don't see the door opening. I don't see the door opening. Yes? What does that mean, what about Glenn?
Today? Yeah.
Hey, Neil.
Well, I want some of those fritters, then.
Mm-hmm. Little bit. We'll take care of it.
And some of those hot crab raviolis.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
Now, today is the last day, okay? I'm serious.
Neil.
The first thing that happened, I come in this morning, here's this box of 400 Hamantaschen sitting here after I went through that whole thing yesterday. Yes, go ahead, pal. You sure killed a good 3 or 4 minutes here. You haven't said a goddamn thing yet, but go ahead. What do you want? What is it that you want?
I'm just about out of material.
Okay, good luck to you. It's 10:42 at WIOD. At least he was on long enough. He did perform a service. He was on long enough that we could go through that big song and a dance about Armadillo Cafe. Okay, I'll eat whatever they bring, okay? If they bring 400 pounds of food. I don't want to hear from Dennenberg. I don't want to hear ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Linda and Susan, you're wonderful folks, but I'll let Fat Rich carry my bag every week or something, okay?
By the way,
I can't deal with this, okay? It's like being pulled in 100 different directions. I don't have any willpower. If I had willpower, I wouldn't have weighed 700 pounds in the first place, okay?
These Hamantaschen are good.
No, they're not.
They're not?
For a goyish cup like you, they are. But
yeah, exactly.
Those are not what Hamantaschen are really like. Those are like pastries.
These are...
Hamantaschen are more like puffed up Danish, okay? That's what they look like. They look like they're real ones, puffed up Danish, and they're filled with fresh poppy seed. Mm-hmm. These are like little, I don't know what you would call them. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not the real thing. And don't anybody get the idea. We're not cruising or trolling for Hamantaschen today, all right?
Now, these are Goyim Hamantaschen, aren't they?
Yeah, they're for Goyim only, which is why you and Ranieri and Roger and Henry are eating them all this morning, right? And Sharon, that's right. Hey, we don't have any Jews working here anyway, so what the hell are we going to do? Tomorrow we're going to have, for all the Goyim in the building, we're going to be taste testing halava. What we're going to do is take some cardboard and slice it up real thin and glue it together with LePage's glue. And you'll never know the difference. It tastes just like halava. Have you ever had halava? Mm-hmm. It tastes like paper, cut up real fine.
Real thin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With like some flavoring in between. Mm-hmm. It's 10:43 at WIOD. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
I'm sure glad we got Monday out of the way, I'll tell you that.
Why?
Because it was dreadful yesterday.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of it, and it was pretty ponderous.
It was the worst.
Yeah, I know.
I'm embarrassed for you people out there about it. Not for me, but for the audience.
It's okay. We can stand it.
All right.
Okay, I was looking at the USA Today Monday, and they have...
Just as I said that, 2 lines dropped off, okay?
Really?
It's called counting your chickens before they drop it.
Oh, screw them. I was listening. I was reading the USA Today. They have a list of the top 20... the top-rated radio stations in 20 major markets.
Yeah.
And under the Miami-Fort Lauderdale...
Wait a minute, is this in today's paper?
Yesterday.
No, Mondays.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday.
Yeah. It's on the USA Today.
USA
That's
yesterday.
what I think you just said, yeah. And the USA Today yesterday.
Yesterday, right. They have, among the top-rated stations in Miami, WINZ AM, News Talk Radio 940.
What is this, from 3 years ago?
This is yesterday's newspaper.
No, well, they're a little bit behind the times,
they keep
okay?
going. They keep going with 96.5.
Wait a minute, if this listing is for people over the age of 80, then probably they're correct. Huh?
Well, let's see. No, they don't have a footnote, so they don't say anything. But that was that's archaic.
Yeah.
Did they say they're the top station in the market, or one of the top?
They say, here's a list of the top-rated radio stations in 20 major markets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they go on and list all these different markets, and then they go down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood. And the very first one is 940 News Talk WINZ AM.
Jeez.
WIOD is nowhere to be seen here.
Mm-hmm.
Even live, classical 93.1 WTMI FM.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Contemporary Country, 99.
Well, see, they found out, USA Today is published by Gannett out of Rochester.
Right.
And they found out, they saw in print somewhere, they saw G-A-N-N-E-T, and they thought it was Gannett. It's Gannett out of Portland, Maine. But immediately they panicked, and they said, well, we better put WINZ in the list, okay, because it looks like our station, which it's not.
This is amazing, because TMI and KISS both have, very small ratings.
I know.
Oh, they're in the list, too?
Yeah, they are. Country FM, WIKK.
Now, how about Zeta? Is that in there?
No.
Amazing.
Not yet.
That goes to show you it's bogus. If Zeta didn't make the cut, then you know it's not for real.
Yeah, well, they're turning the corner there.
Yeah, they sure have.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot.
Okay.
You take care.
And the FHP is out there trying to find them, too. Okay, I guess I was getting a little over-enthusiastic. We do have some lines open now, one in Dade, one in Broward, and one in Boca. It's kind of like balanced out now just to make it even. I was getting a little carried away, after yesterday's debacle. But it's not too bad.
You want to talk to that man for a second?
About what?
Oh, about a couple things. No?
To what man?
Mitch?
About what?
Oh, about CD players and...
No, we're not going to do that on the air. We
No?
can't, no. It's bad enough we got a little bit of RF back in here again. He
About
walked
that.
out anyway, okay?
Yeah.
Let's take one problem at a time, all right?
Oh.
You are one of the worst troublemakers I've ever seen in my life. We got an open line in Boca, 278-9463. 278-WIOD. I think what would be a lot more important than any of those things if we get one of those CBS Optipad or Optimax or whatever they call those.
That's
so
what
that
we could talk to him about, too.
so that when Mike plays music in the
Yeah.
morning, and we occasionally play music, that it doesn't sound like way in the background like that. It's got to, when you have one of those things in there, it brings out the highs, and it actually doesn't sound that bad on AM.
Right.
The thing like we used to have at INZ.
Yeah, I'd like to
In
talk
fact,
to
why
him.
don't we have Mitch just go over there and he can steal it out of the rack because they're not playing music anyway over there.
Well...
Remember that thing we used to have, a CBS Optipad or whatever they called that, so the music sounded real good on AM? Wasn't that what it's called?
Optimod?
Mini pad, something like that.
Optimod.
Anyway, Maxi Pad, that's what it was called. That's because Max was one of the engineers, so they called it a Maxi Pad.
Right.
But anyway, he used to wear it once in a while,
Yes.
too. It was kind of cute. But they're not playing any music over there anyway. Plus, they're almost off the air. Why don't we just go over there and borrow it? Because the music on this station, just don't cut it. It really doesn't sound too good. You know what I mean? We're not trying to find problems, but we're striving for excellence, okay? Now, sooner or later, when we reach mediocrity, then we'll know that we're at least one step further toward excellence, right?
But what about when Arlene Ross occasionally sings over there?
That is true. That is true. And when they say, is it real or is it Mamorex? Okay, boy, those lines are just going nuts again here today. You people just, man, you know how to keep people manic in this market. One day it's like Death Valley days, and the next day, I'm not saying they got a lot to say, but they're sure in a much friendlier mood today than they were yesterday.
Yeah.
We could have offered $100 a call yesterday, and I guarantee you nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely
They have
nothing.
virtually nothing to say.
Of course, if
today.
they would have turned the damn transmitter on, that would have helped, I guess. But we like to give everybody a handicap. It's 10:48, 12 minutes till 11 at WIOD. Let's, we got a mobile. See, every time I plan to do something, man, they screw it all up. Mobile in Boca, hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
you're going to crack up. I got 3 things for you.
Okay.
I work for a millwork company in Boca Raton. We've got 11 salespeople, and we all listen to you religiously. We love you.
Congratulations. Send in donations, sir.
Can you drop, like, if I mention somebody's name that you don't want me to mention to on the air, can you drop just that name without the whole call?
Well, I don't have to drop the whole call, but it'll drop...
You know that man, Sonny?
Yeah.
Okay. A friend of ours from Miami is having an extreme harassment problem with the gentleman, and he wants to do something about it. Can you steer him in the right direction, or should I put him in touch with you, or you in touch with him?
No, have him call Norman Kent up in Fort Lauderdale. Have him call my lawyer. Norm would love to do some more business with Hallandale, I'm sure.
Okay, he is like all upset. He's really giving the man a problem.
Well, then have him call him. I'm telling you, Norm is there in Broward County, and he's very familiar with what he's dealing with, so have him give him a call.
Okay, I'll take care of that. That's the first thing. The second thing, this is the funny part. I had a dream the other night, you're going to laugh, that this Sonny man won, and he moved you. I know, strange.
Didn't he just say so? Well, I thought he did, but anyway, just to be on the safe side. Okay, go ahead, pal. What's the third and closing line now?
The third and the last thing. You have a card that came from one of the, I think, universities in Miami, which some girl says you're tired of hearing people eat on the air.
Yeah, FIU. It's from Woofy. It's from that station that's in a socket. You got to plug your brain into an electric socket on campus. It's the only way you can hear it.
That's the only way.
Yeah. You got to plug something into that socket.
If there's any way possible, could you just throw that on sometime?
I guess, if it'll make you happy, pal. Boy, this has been a really productive call, let me tell you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm sure glad we interrupted the whole flow of the show for that one, huh? Okay, we have an open line in Boca, 278-9463. That's 278-WIOD. It's 10 till 11, and we'll be right back.
Sports Talk gives you more than just sports scores. It's in-depth talk with the players, coaches, and your comments. Now, more with Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
Hi, everybody. This is Safety Officer Mike Tyson, heavyweight champ of the world, your baddest dude around, the baddest driver around, too, with your driving tip of the day. A few months ago, I was in a Kmart with my ex-wife, Robin Gibbons. I can't believe it. Maybe you read about her in the papers. Anyway, she buys me one of these cute little Garfield cats with suction cup feet, which I stuck on the window of my car when we left the store. On the way home, I drove into a tree. I can't believe it. Maybe you read about it in the papers. I couldn't see the tree because a damn cat was in my way. Robin said I was stupid to stick Garfield on the windshield. I mean, that's really bitchy to me. I mean, call the heavyweight champ of the world stupid? Now, that's stupid. So I faked Robin a left. I took her out with a clean right hand, knocked it right down completely. First, a standing 8 count. I couldn't believe it. Maybe you read about that in the papers. Anyway, my attitude toward Garfield the cat has really been affected greatly. I mean, in fact, if I see you driving around with Garfield the cat in your car, I may lose complete control. I don't know what will happen. Maybe you'll read about that in the papers, too.
Could be. 10:54 at WIOD. Let's go to Palm Beach. Hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yeah.
You're excellent people, but for the last year, all I've been hearing is, like, people harping on you about your weight. You know, I just tell them...
Speak up, sir. Speak
get a
up.
job and, buy a fish,
Yeah.
Why in the hell are they harping on you about the weight?
Who's harping on me?
Everybody that calls, it seems like.
They are?
Don't that get old, man? You know what I'm saying?
Seems to me like this is the first call we've had. This crank call from Palm Beach is the first one we've had about my weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, after you get to 400 or 500, pal, it doesn't make any difference anymore, okay?
Oh, man, I know that's not your forte.
Yeah. Well, listen, what is your forte?
Life.
Yeah, okay, we'll start working on it right now, okay, pal? 10:55 at WIOD. We have an open line in Palm. That was on the Palm Beach line, by the way. I just want to mention that for all America to know. 655-9463. If we have any more airheads up there with an IQ of under 3. Miami, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Glenn about that piece they did on Inside Story the other day.
Yeah.
I know Neil liked the piece, but Glenn, they didn't say anything about you.
Did you notice that?
I mean, they barely showed you at a glance.
By accident.
The piece wasn't about him, sir. It wasn't about him, okay? Just try to control yourself.
Well, he is part of the show, Neil.
No, he's not. He's just here to eat and get a paycheck and have a good time. Just get a few laughs, okay?
That's pretty good. You need any others?
No, not yet. We'll let you know, though. If enough food comes in, we may have to recruit some other people to come in. Just kind of sit around, chuckle, and eat a little bit. They'll pay you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, Neil,
we'll
about
keep you on the waiting list.
About that story the other day at Hollywood, the Hollywood police.
Mm-hmm. Here comes the good shot, yeah.
Were you by any chance wearing a raincoat at that theater?
A trench coat.
A trench
coat, yeah.
Anything underneath?
No, nothing underneath. In fact, there was a hole in the pocket. I ran out of quarters.
Do you remember me?
No. But I'm afraid I don't want to either. Boy, what a maniac. 10:56 at WIOD. You just hear by the tone in the voice right in the beginning of the call, you know. We have an open line in Dade, 751-9463. 751-WIOD. Hollywood, hello.
Hi, Neil. How am I?
I don't know. That's a good question. Why don't you go to your shrink and find out?
Listen, I really hate Mondays, too. Yesterday was my birthday, all right?
Steve's in the other room with more porno movies again now. Boy, this guy just never stops, okay?
And listening to you and driving my truck in that monstrous rain yesterday, it was terrible. I do have something. I would like to try and bring your day up for you a little bit.
Well, good. And with the sound of that tone in your voice, it sounds like by the time we get through, I'm really going to be comatose.
Well, listen, I'd like to thank Uncle Mikey and WIOD for the tickets to Marklight yesterday. I called in yesterday morning and got some tickets.
Excellent.
So maybe this will help.
Too bad they're not going to give you tickets on a day when they're playing a game. That would be even better.
Well, maybe listening to this might help you out a little bit.
Yeah, it's Harry.
That was wonderful.
You can barely hear it. Don't you love it?
You know, I'm really upset with Storer Cable.
Oh, I don't want to hear about it, pal. Get yourself a satellite dish, okay? Forget about Storer Cable. You're never going to get, what?
Oh, that was the only reason I got
cable
cable was for WGN, and they took it away from me, and I'm, like, really pissed about it.
So what do you want me to tell you? I told you, get a satellite dish. Stop whining. Stop being a wimp all your life. Go out and get yourself a dish. Call Telstar right now and stop whining.
Well, it sounds like the only
You're going to wait for Store. If you're going to wait for Store to give you what you want, pal, you got a long wait, okay?
Yeah, I'm finding that out. It's really bad.
Okay, good luck to you.
About the food you're getting.
Yeah.
Try sending it to Camillus.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other advice?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Wow. 10:58 at WIOD. Like I said, this is a big improvement over yesterday. For those of you who missed yesterday's show, that should give you a real good idea. Real good barometer by which to measure just how low we sank yesterday, man. This audience was in a coma yesterday. One open line in Dade and in Broward. In Dade County, let's give those numbers real slowly because that'll kill the rest of the hour. 751-9463. 751-WIOD. And in Broward, 524-9463. 524-WIOD.
After the news, I'll read the story to you out of the Inquirer. The headline is, Peter Faulk, hey, waiter, there's an eye in my soup and it's mine.
Oh, God.
I'll read you the story after the news. Something to stay tuned for, a little incentive.
They ought to be able to relate to that in Hallandale. A lot of those people have something in their soup, you know, like their teeth.
Yeah.
Anyway, Henry Barrow is standing by. Henry put in quite a day yesterday, man. Even Jesse Owens and all those other great Olympic stars would have been hard-pressed to match Henry's Olympian feats yesterday. Boy, I'll tell you, what did he say? He was doing wine testing from noon till midnight.
Yeah.
Something very similar to that. And he's going to really be telling you all about that, along with a few other little tidbits in the news. They're coming up at 11 o'clock. Then we'll be back for hour number 2 at 11:05. Steve, gun education in the schools at 2, and sports talk with Sonny and Joe at 6:05.
Talk Radio 610 WIOD presents Neil Rogers. To get in touch and talk, call 751-WIOD in Dade, 524-WIOD in Broward, or 655-278-WIOD in the Palm Beaches. Other areas may call collect. The opinions expressed by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily those of the station. Now, here's Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610 WIOD.
Okay, Dwayne, we're going to try it once more. Just remember now, introduce yourself and read what's on the paper in front of you. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, fine. Dwayne Stop, Substance Abuse Awareness Campaign. This is take 9. Dwayne, that's your cue.
Oh, right. Anytime you're ready.
We're ready, Dwayne. Dwayne, go.
Oh, hi. This is Dwayne Stomp of Blacktooth. Kids, when you drink and drive...
No, Dwayne. No, cut. It's not when you drink and drive.
Oh, right. Let me do it again.
Yeah, good idea. This is Dwayne Stomp, PSA, take 10.
Hi, this is Dwayne Stomp. When I drink and drive, I'll...
Cut, Dwayne. Dwayne, this spot is supposed to be against driving while intoxicated.
What?
Never mind. We'll do it one more time. And remember, say, don't do drugs. And if you must drink this holiday weekend, don't drive. You got it?
I told you I got it.
Fine. Dwayne Stomp, PSA, take, 11.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Stomp telling you, if you do drugs this weekend, don't drive.
Wrong again, Dwayne. It's don't do drugs. Don't do drugs.
That's what I said.
No, it's not. It's not even close to what you said.
You come in this booth, I'll show you how close it was, Sherlock.
We're going to do it again, Dwayne. Say, don't do drugs. If you must drink this holiday weekend, do not drive. Take 12.
This is Dwayne Stomp. Weekends are for drunks. Do drugs.
Okay, Dwayne, thank you very much for coming in. I think with a little editing, we've got something we can use.
Don't do drugs. And if
you must drink
this holiday weekends, don't
drive.
11:07 at WIOD. And look at those daylines, man. They all vamoosed during the break. I told you there was going to be just a little, let's not get carried away, right? A little bit better than yesterday, but not any blockbuster today, all right? Okay, Dade County, 751 WIOD. 751-9463. And there's somebody expired in Broward, too, 524 WIOD. Well, the good part of it is it's like recycling. Because when everybody drops off during the news like that, then you start all over again. You know, you get rid of all those hangovers from before the news. We got a mobile in Broward. Hello. Yeah, sure we do. Okay, good start this hour, boys. See that first hour? They give you that false sense of security and it's like falling right off the end of a cliff, okay? What comes on at 11? Sally Jesse?
Yeah.
Is she on? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
forget it. We can't compete with that. Where's the food already, okay? Let's just get the food in here and to hell with it. I think I'm just going to change my mind on that. Let's just eat every day. Because we make a lot of guttural sounds and it takes up a lot of time. Then you just punch up anybody. You don't care as long as they take up a little, you know. Hallandale, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yeah.
I'm just reading an article. I don't know if you've seen it in the Post-Time USA.
No, we don't discuss that rag on the air, sir.
Oh, okay.
He's been writing that crap for over a year now because I did a number on him on the air about 2 years ago, I think it was. We don't dignify him by discussing him on the air.
No, I just read it and it just annoyed me to no
Well,
end.
why you're reading that anyway, I don't know. There's nothing but ads in it and pictures of you-know-who with jewelry around his neck.
Right.
So I don't know why you bother reading. Nobody else picks it up.
I've been trying to get you for a few days. About 2 weeks ago, you had somebody that called in and said that someone went to, I think it was Howard Goldberg, and I asked him,
Howard Goldberg, yeah.
Not Hank Goldberg. And I thought he was Neil Rogers, and I asked if it was Neil Rogers. That was me. And
well, that call was almost as good as this one, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just want to introduce myself.
Not quite.
No, I just wanted to introduce myself to you because I'm a big-time fan of yours.
Well, that's great.
And I'm sorry that he didn't think, anything of it, but...
Who?
Hank, because he was, very...
Nasty.
Nasty.
Well, he was probably busy handicapping or something. He didn't want to be bothered, don't you?
Well, he was upstairs at the press box where I was.
Even all the more reason. He doesn't want to be bothered. Okay, leave the guy alone.
Yeah, I left him alone
rough
after
life.
that. But I wish you lots of luck and keep on doing the good work you're doing.
Okay, thank you so much. And call me again next racing season, okay, like about in 2 years. We have an open line in Broward, 524 WIOD. Boca, hello. Okay.
Now, let me read this real
Please,
quick.
it'll be a big improvement over this.
Nothing else going on. This is from the New Inquirer, March 14th. Plop. That's what it says. It starts off with plop, ! Peter Faulk's glass eyes suddenly fell out and splashed into his soup while the Columbo star was chowing down at a fancy Hollywood restaurant. A shocked woman fainted at a nearby table, but unflappable Faulk just plucked his eye out of the bowl, washed it off with his water on the table, and popped it back in. When the gal revived, Peter sent her a free drink and an apology and assured his waiter it was an accident, not a sight gag.
Yeah. And the waiter said, don't mind him. He's always had an eye for the ladies, okay?
Oh, gee.
That Columbo. It's 11 past 11 at WIOD. Can you imagine if he was eating dinner with Sammy Davis?
Well,
I mean, I've heard of people say, waiter, there's a fly in my soup, but I never heard anybody scream out, there's an eye in my soup.
There's an eye in my soup.
So I guess there's something, little new wrinkle every day, okay? 278 WIOD in Boca. Let's do a little bit of a break while these people try to get their brains unscrambled.
Yeah.
Boy, what a foolish child I was at the beginning of the show, man. I had such hopes. You know, I saw those flashing lights, and I thought, boy, here we go. They're really back into it again, but... Man, they are just pathetic again.
That was quite a second.
Anyway, this Sunday, noon to 3, Steve and I are going to be out there at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 dealer with the #1 deals that we've been telling you about on those exciting, incredible, beautiful new 89 Toyotas. And no matter which one of those Toyotas you have your eye on...
Yes.
You're going to find a tremendous selection and great prices, tremendous folks to do business with at Toyota of Hollywood. And don't forget that Brick Oven Pizza and Playoffs are going to be catering with free food for everybody who shows up, at least everybody who shows up while there's still food. So I would show up early, okay? I'd get there like about 11:45 because those vultures come descending when they know there's going to be food. They just go nuts. So if you get there when, you know, the getting is good, you're going to get some real good stuff from Brick Oven and Playoffs. You're going to get great deals on Toyotas, and you get to meet, of course, the two superstars of stage, screen, and sometimes radio, yours truly and Steve, from noon to 3 this Sunday. It's all happening at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Taft and Sheridan Streets in Hollywood.
No one knows sports in South Florida like Rick Weaver, Joe Zagacki, Sonny Hirsch, Hank Goldberg, and Jim Mandich. Join our sports team for Sports Talk every night at 6. Now, more with Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
11:14 at WIOD. Shall we live dangerously? Take a call from West Palm Beach.
Well.
Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Glenn, how you doing?
Okay.
First
Why don't you
time
ask
caller.
Nick how he's doing? Hey, Sharon, this guy wants to know how you're doing. Go
Hey,
ahead.
Neil, I heard you talking about the Bundy book this morning.
Yeah.
What was the title of that?
Oh, God, here we go. The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule, R-U-L-E.
Great. It sounded good.
It is good.
Because I know there's about 6 different books out there.
Well, I'm sure there are at least that many now that they got them fried.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. I want to know the name of that.
Okay, well, that's a good call, pal. Thanks so much. 11:15 at WIOD. We have both the Palm Beach lines open. See, they don't call to converse from Palm Beach County. They only call like, what was that doctor you had on 6 years ago? The one with the little eye? 278 WIOD in Boca and 655 WIOD in Palm Beach. When are we going to... I just wish there was some way we could reach those people. You know what I mean? In Palm Beach County. Something we could do or say to bring them alive.
No idea what it would be.
Maybe we need Dr. Frankenstein to do that.
Yeah.
Miami, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Good. Hey, Bird, how you doing today?
Hey, okay.
Oh, boy. Anybody else says, how you doing? I'm going home. I really am.
Well, I hear the...
See, the last guy asked each one of us separately how we doing, and we both said great. Now, I realize it wasn't a great call, but since his call and your call, nothing has happened to change things.
Well, nice to hear that you guys are doing well.
Yeah.
I got a great...
By the way, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Well, it's nice to hear that.
I got a blue hair story. We went, my wife and I went to this restaurant in Hollywood. I don't know if I could use a name, Cammy's. And we're sitting there...
Well, what do you mean you don't know if you can use the name Cammy's and then you throw it in there on... I don't understand that.
I figure, well, what the hey, just
well, what are you going to do, rip him?
Well, no. Actually, they have some great shrimp pasta if you ever want.
I don't want to. I'm not going to. They're a direct competitor with one of my sponsors. I'm not going to promote that guy.
I won't do that then. I won't mention their name again.
Good.
Anyway, so we're sitting there, and there are like 6 blue hairs sitting next to us at a table having a big feast. And so my wife and I are sitting there having dinner. And as we start,
that's what you get for going into a place like that. You get a bunch of blue hairs sitting around you. Okay.
Well, this couple on the end, right next to us. They reach over and they take napkins from our napkin holder to start. So my wife and I are thinking, well, no big deal. They just took a couple napkins. Next, the guy reaches over. He takes our ashtray. Now, I'm a smoker, and I wasn't going to have, a cigarette because it's small, cramped quarters. So he takes our ashtray. Meanwhile, they're not asking for anything. They're just
reaching over and grabbing it.
They're just grabbing it.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
He takes our ketchup, mind you. They reach over and they take our ketchup. Then our cocktail sauce. Finally, I said, look, excuse me, we're sitting here, you're over there. You've got plenty on your table. Would you mind keeping your hands to yourself? They look at me like I'm crazy. And so they proceeded to get really angry with me because I told them that they couldn't take crap from our table. And anyway, the blue hair stories that I've heard on your show are nothing compared with the look on this guy's face.
Well, we make it all up, though, according to Sonny Rosenburg. We just make it all up. They worked so hard to change the image of this town. They actually brought in 3 couples under 110 last month, okay, to try to change the image.
I know. Hey,
they were 108.
Way to go on that weight loss with Nutrisystem. You sound like you're doing good. I've been going to a gym. I'm doing it the hard way. You know,
every line that you say has got the potential for me to do about a half an hour. You do realize that, don't you?
On me or?
No, just a half hour on the line.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway,
I'm not doing real good, okay? I was doing real good, and this weekend they're just, you see, these salespeople, their thing is, in fact, one of the people, I don't want to mention Tom Denenberg.
That's what I did with Cameron.
No, seriously, he came up with a line a couple of weeks ago that was shocking. He said, I'm not going to mention the name of a sponsor because it's a fine sponsor of ours, and they're nice people, but he said, they're bringing food tomorrow. And I said, no, we don't want food tomorrow. We've got to stop. They said, no, they insist. There's no such thing as you insist, okay? See, the last I remember from Broadcasting 102, our job is like when somebody buys spots, and we do a great job for our sponsors, especially the food sponsors, okay, in spite of the fact you're promoting a competitor.
Sorry about that.
We do a great job for our spot, and what we do is we do the spot, we get enthusiastic about it, we know what we're talking about, we make it sound great, we get them great business, and we do that for all of our food sponsors, guaranteed, okay?
Yeah.
We don't have an obligation to be force-fed on demand. And these salespeople, well, they insist. They can insist my ass, okay? There's no such thing as they insist. It doesn't exist.
Well, it seems like they bring over...
You ever hear something like that? They insist they're going to bring the food. I mean, I don't understand these salespeople at all.
You have no choice in the matter, apparently.
Exactly. You're going to eat it whether you like it or not.
Well, I'm willing
to... If you don't like it, we're going to let the bird eat 20 pounds of it right in front of you just to make you feel like a jerk.
I know, because apparently the bird doesn't gain weight.
Isn't that amazing?
I don't want to hear about it.
I know. I'm just lucky.
Well, in closing...
Well, it's nice to hear that you're getting hard at the gym, sir. What else?
In closing, I had mailed you a letter, or a copy of the letter I sent Mike Disney regarding, and that was a few weeks ago, regarding Mr. Homophobe and the Gables. And if you need any other, audience participation and then letters written, just ask for it, and you have a big fan following out here, and we're willing to do it.
Okay, good. Well, I'll see you at Shell's next time you want to go out for seafood.
I'm going to try the Armadillo
Well, that would be
Cafe.
real nice. You won't find all those ancient people in there either. You'll find living and breathing people.
Under 100.
Who won't reach over and grab your thing either, okay?
I'm going to try. I hated it when they grabbed my thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to try the Armadillo Cafe.
That's what they all say, pal, with a smile on their face. Okay, have a good one.
Have a good one, Neil.
God almighty. Each call today is like a major psychological traumatic experience, isn't it?
Yeah. It's true.
We have an open line in Dade. If you move real fast now, let's do a little amateur psychology on these listeners. 751 WIOD, and Palm Beach is finished for the day. They're done.
I got a horse.
Oh, all right. Now, let me just, before you give us your horse, which one is it?
Nimble Chris in the 8th, the 15 horse. Will it get scratched?
Why do you keep picking these horses with numbers that are not going to get in?
I don't pick them by numbers. I pick them by name.
All right, that horse is not likely to get in. Nimble Chris in the 8th. And not only that, but then there are going to probably be a whole bunch of scratches in that race because it's going to rain. That race is scheduled on the grass.
Safe
when a
one
grass
for me to
race
pick.
goes on the dirt, there are a whole bunch of horses that get scratched. So maybe we'll get in. You don't know.
I'm no dummy.
Well, and yesterday I gave the picks for the double today. These are two of our... Oh, look at this. These are different morning line odds, man. We could get a price here on this double. Olivai with Doug Valiente in the first race, the 6-horse, and BL Striker in the second race with Jerry Bailey, the 2-horse, 6 and 2.
We could get the results while we're still on the air of those. Don't they start early, like 1 or something?
Where are we going to get them?
They'll call us.
Who's going to call us?
Phil, or whatever his name is. Won't he call us? He's got not much to do out there today, does he?
Well, no, the second. And today is closing day, by the way, at Gulfstream. I just mentioned that in passing. So if you want to get in on the action, this is it. Until, of course, November 3rd, when we have that big the Breeders' Cup, the big weekend, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of November.
Phil Saltzman will call us and tell
No,
us.
he won't. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It could happen.
22 past 11 at WIOD. We have an open line in Boca, 278-9463. And if your car looks a little schmutzig, as they say on the west side, then you really need one of those quality paint jobs from our friends at ARPCO, where it doesn't cost you. Some places you go, you could practically buy a new car for what they charge you to paint your car. But at ARPCO, they give you great quality at affordable prices, like the Neil Rogers Supreme Paint Job. The regular price, $350. The special Neil Rogers price, $199.95. They'll repair all the nicks and scratches on the car, and then they'll spray a prime sealer coat covering your entire automobile and top it all off with a 3-coat spray of your car with polyurethane, catalyzed enamel with clear coat. Again, the special Neil Rogers price, $199.95, and an extra special 10% additional discount for junior citizens, those of you under the age of 65. ARPCO also does body work, rust and dent repairs, vinyl top replacement, headliner repair and replacement, carpeting, and, of course, insurance work, too. 4 Dade County locations, 17 East Lucy Street in Homestead, 22401 South Dixie Highway in Cutler Ridge, 7206 Northwest 56th Street at the Airport Hialeah, and in North Miami at 1800 Northeast 150th Street. You'll be sure and ask for the Neil Rogers Spatial at ARPCO.
In the cool of the night, we give you the heat of the talk. Join Rush Limbaugh, Tom Snyder, and Larry King weeknights starting at 8. Now, more with Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
1125 at WIOD. That Boca line is still dormant. Just in case we mentioned, we don't want to put a lot of pressure on you up there because we realize, is it raining yet?
I don't know. Not yet. No, I didn't see it.
Well, it's going to be raining.
Yeah,
Soper said sometime in the next 18 or 20 days.
No, it's coming. You can see it on the radar. It's coming in.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
I never
heavy
pay any
rain.
attention to that radar. Now, is it that green stuff there?
Yeah, that's
Or
the
is it
heavy
the
rain.
blue stuff?
No, the green, and it's gotten closer
Well,
since
what's
we've
that
been
blue
here.
stuff?
Well, that's light rain and ground clutter.
How do you know all of this?
Well, you know Don know. What does Don know, anyway? No, I watch the Weather Channel.
I got news for you, man. That stuff from the west, it looks...
and it's gotten closer since we've been here for an hour and a half.
But it's not going to last all that long, though, is it?
No. But it will rain.
But it's
will
going to pour
rain.
cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Probably sometime during this show.
Possible.
In fact, I bet you another hour or so at my house. See there in West Broward? It's right at the edge.
Yeah. Moving right into Broward.
Dade Broward liner. It's moving into Western Broward and northwestern Dade.
The first one has just made it into Broward.
Just now.
over the line, yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a real slow horse race.
Very slow. It takes hours.
Fort Lauderdale, hello. Okay, thanks so much for waiting. We sure appreciate it. Miami, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you and the bird? You guys still doing good?
No, not too good since we saw the rain coming.
Hey, tell the bird that I don't think you can get any calls from the track because I don't think there's any phones there for some kind of law. I never.
No, they do have that law, but in the press box they could call out. But I don't. There's a time thing on that. I think it's like half an hour or something after.
Yeah,
the
I
race.
would think so because of obvious reasons.
Yeah,
I think they've called us before. Is what I was thinking.
Well, you could just.
No, not from the track. Somebody
No.
who left the track after the horse won call.
Maybe.
Just to lead up to my next comment, you could probably just send Lee Fowler over there and he could scream over.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's too bad it's during Lee's show.
Oh, gee, yesterday I was in the parking lot eating my lunch, and I flipped over there when you guys had one of your commercials, and I flipped up there, and somehow I got Lee. And maybe I don't even know if my radio was working when I got him, but I did hear him, and he had he was copying your show so bad. He had you know that scream you do, that wah, you know, the one with your voice.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing that, or a cheap imitation of it. He was shooting people with that little gun. You know, it was
well, he's like a child.
It was a clone.
People who imitate like that, like Alice and Lee Fowler and Lassiter, they're like overgrown children. Okay.
Yeah.
Juvenile.
Tell everybody what Lee's doing today. Remember?
Cross-dressing.
Well, no, I don't remember it. No, seriously, what did it say? It's what Jewish women discuss their perspective on Jewish men. And then tomorrow he's going to have Gentile women discussing their perspective on Jewish men. And then on Thursday he's going to have Jews talking about Goyim.
He also said to govern yourself accordingly yesterday.
Did he really?
I swear to God he did.
Well, that's great. He's really coming up with all the new stuff, isn't he?
He also used the phrase, I guess they had a change up there. Geoff Charles is going someplace.
No kidding, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's doing afternoons there now?
He called him Mr. Polyester, whoever that is. It's somebody that works there. The name sounded familiar. I can't think of it.
You know, sir, this call, in the words of Lee Fowler, makes me apoplectic.
You don't like it? We're all buddies.
It's just a little joke, pal.
Oh, okay. I won't get hostile. Wasn't doing any good anyway.
Okay, well, listen, have a wonderful day, and thanks for the report.
Hey, you're ready.
Your
Bye.
code ring is in the mail. Okay, boy, he sure got off of there quick, didn't he? 29 past 11 at WIOD. Steve at 2 o'clock, gun education in the schools.
Mm-hmm.
And Marion Hammer of Unified Sportsmen is going to be one of the guests, along with Dr. Ray Armstrong, the All-American boy. And he is a child psychologist, and they're going to be talking about gun education in the schools.
Great.
Anyway, let's see. Look at that. Phones are starting to drop off in Broward again. Broward's not been too involved in the show the last couple of days. Have you noticed that? We started out today. All the data lines were lit up, and it was Broward after some prodding and cajoling. Now, I don't want anybody to be alarmed because I haven't done the Telstar spot yet. But I spoke to the very nice lady, one of them, who works over there yesterday to find out the progress on my satellite dish. And it seems, I don't want to create any havoc, but it seems that there is someone in Plantation, either one of the powers that am, or somebody in my neighborhood who doesn't want that satellite dish going up.
Any reason?
So every time we do all of the paperwork and all of the stuff that they tell us we need to do, and then they come back with it, and then they come up with two somethings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like every time you think, okay, we've done everything we need, we got all the permission, and we got the signatures, and then they come up with new deals, okay, just because they don't want me to have it is basically what it is. And let me just say this to you. I don't really care at this point, okay, because you people in Plantation, I'm not talking about the residents, but the politicians and some of my neighbors. I have some very nice neighbors, but we also have some snobbish, snooty, miserable cretins, okay? And it doesn't bother me at all because I'll be more than happy to move, all right? Now, that may bother my landlord, but that's too bad because if I can't have... I don't notice that when people put up these ugly antennas, which is all a satellite dish is anyway, it's a form of antenna, I don't have anything to say about it, and I can see them. Can't you?
Yeah.
Right there on the roof.
Remember what Tom said when he was here? The neighbors are jealous that you have something they don't have?
Exactly.
That's what he said.
Exactly.
So there you go.
But I don't really give a damn anymore because I'm getting sick and tired of that snooty attitude up there in Plantation. And then my one neighbor down there at the end of the street who's always telling me, oh, no, they just got to do all this. They got to make sure everything's on the up and up. Yeah, I'll give them something on the up and up. It's just a bunch of bureaucratic crap, and they're in bed with the cable people, and anybody who doesn't believe that out there is living in a dream world, okay? You're living in a fantasy land. Because I think the city gets a certain percentage for every subscriber. They got some kind of a deal with the cable company.
Do they?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
So they like nipping the satellite business in the bud, see, because then they lose X number of subscribers. And I'm sure that my, 6 cents a month or whatever it's going to be, and not only that, I would still have the cable anyway, just like when I had it up the first time for the basic.
For backup.
For basic, not for backup, but for like the local channels.
Yeah, sure. It reminds me of...
But I just want to put you jackasses up there in Plantation on notice that, you can think that you're going to create a big havoc. I don't really give a damn, okay? Because I can live in Fort Lauderdale. I can live in Hallandale. I might just go ahead and move to Hallandale, okay, and run for mayor.
This Plantation, they're incredible with the bags and everything.
And nobody up there cares. Remember when I tried to get some people do something? They couldn't give a damn less. Whatever they tell them, they just like good goose-stepping little subservient douchebags. They just go along with it no matter what the powers that be tell them.
They do things I've never heard of in any other municipality.
Who ever heard of plantation bags?
Never, no city.
Even in Georgia, they never had plantation bags, okay? Even in the cotton fields, they never had plantation bags. It's 11:33 at WIOD, and speaking of what we were just talking about, Sports Channel of Florida is something that those of us who have certain cable companies are not seeing, and as a result, we won't see tonight the Georgetown at Miami baseball game from ArcLight Stadium. We won't see the NHL game, Pittsburgh at Los Angeles at 10:30 tonight on Sports Channel of Florida. We won't see the Heat game against the Lakers tomorrow night at 7:30. We won't see the Gators play Virginia in baseball Thursday at 5 p.m. And we certainly won't see the Michigan Wolverines play basketball at Northwestern at 8 o'clock on Thursday night. We won't see racing from Gulfstream. We won't see racing from Pompano, okay? We won't see any of it unless enough of you get your butts on the line and pick up that telephone and call your local cable operators pronto, okay? Because the pressure is on. It's starting to have a real effect, trust me. You call your local cable company if you're a sports fan, and you tell them in no uncertain terms you want, and you want it now, Sports Channel of Florida, home of the home teams.
Bob Soper's complete and accurate weather makes News Talk Radio 610 your only station for weather, whether you like it or not. Now, more with Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
11:35 at WIOD. Here's a call in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever called in, but I got something I'd like to say about Wimpy George, our president.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sorry to announce this, but it has something to do with the Eastern Crisis. And
yeah, he really asserted himself in that, didn't he?
Yes. Well, what bothers me is
the U.S. government is back. That's always seen in the news the last couple of years, the Poland unions and their right to strike and protest for decent wages and everything. And now we have it happening in our own country, and President Bush just backs off, and not only does he not make a personal appearance and state his point, whether he wanted a board or not, he didn't come up and show his face.
He's too busy running around trying to get John Tower confirmed, don't you understand?
That's true, too, but not only does he show his face, but then he threatens labor and says, if you secondary boycott the country, I'm going to introduce emergency legislation to knock it off. Now, his contention is...
So we're not discussing the Eastern strike. I thought we said that at the beginning of the show. Okay, Steve did that for like 4 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to bring up the thing about the president, the way he's handled it.
Okay, well, thank you so much, sir. It's 11:36 at WIOD. We have 2 open lines in Dade on a very lukewarm kind of show today. 751 WIOD. We have an open line in Broward, 524-9463. We're not discussing Sonny Rosenburg. We're not discussing the Eastern strike. In fact, we're not discussing anything, are we?
No, nothing.
Well, good. That's the way we like it on this show, okay? That's exactly the way we like it. Because no matter what I bring up, you people aren't going to talk about it anyway. Right?
No.
No matter what I bring up. I could bring up I could go through an hour monologue like I used to in the old days at the beginning of the show, and the first call would be, hello, Neil, what can you tell me about Felding? So what's the use, okay? We understand where we are. Look at that now. The rain, that line is moved just into, boy, it looked like right in Sunrise there, too. Huh? Looks like they're going to get some serious thunder boomers in Sunrise.
Moments from now.
Yeah, probably now as we speak.
Yeah.
At least way out there like by the Sawgrass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably be a lot of frogs hopping on the Sawgrass today. In fact, we might bring up that Mexican family. We might shoot them up.
That was
and they could kind of do like a little tap dance, a little Mexican hat dance on the Sawgrass for you, a little free floor show for you. Okay, no charge. Although the Sawgrass, it's wonderful if you're going like in very limited areas, but it costs an arm and a leg.
That's true. It does.
God, is that expensive.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I fit right in with the program because I have absolutely nothing to say.
Well, that's good. You're right in there with everybody else who's called so far today, sir.
It's my pleasure to fall in line.
Okay.
I heard the Palm Beach line was empty, and I thought I'd take advantage.
Now, where do you live?
I got to say, this is the quickest I've ever gotten on the show.
Well, you're calling the Palm Beach line.
Excuse me?
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, from Fort Lauderdale on the Palm Beach line. Well,
exactly.
Pretty creative. That's a way to get in.
Well, you know, you said that Palm Beach line was empty, and I just said I can't stand for this. We've got to do something.
That's really
so I
great.
remedied the situation right away.
Well, I got an even better idea. Why don't you move to Palm Beach?
No, it's too far.
No, like Boca, you know.
Well,
everybody, sooner or later, everybody moves to Boca.
No, those people up there are brain dead. I can't handle it.
Okay.
That's it.
No, that's not it.
There's
he's
more?
Thinking, don't you understand? He's like taking a little rest.
Okay.
No, I'm not thinking. It's your show. You entertain me.
Oh, are you done? Have a nice day.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Bye. Well, he wasn't sure if he was done.
I was.
Haven't you ever had those experiences in life when you're not really sure if you're done?
Yeah.
Okay. We understand in Hallandale they're hoping they have some experiences like that, but they never get started in anything. 21 till noon at WIOD. Boca, hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Pay no attention to all those intemperate comments about your wonderful city.
You know, that last caller was a douchebag.
Even if they are true.
Neil, we'd love to have you up here with the dish. Bring the bird up here, the dogs.
Yeah.
Big Dave.
Yeah, sure. I can just imagine driving. Let's see, if I started about 5 in the morning every day, I could get to work just in time.
Neil, I've got an idea.
I bet you I could take the Sawgrass, huh?
No, those frogs would get in the way. Neil, we could get you a helicopter from RMF. So
pretty nasty, pal.
Neil, hi, Bird. How you doing?
Just fine. Made me laugh.
Pretty nasty.
Hey, Neil.
It was funny, though.
Yeah, I laughed.
Neil,
yeah.
I've got a noodles report for you yesterday.
God almighty. Is everybody with any sense left this town? I get this sick feeling in the pit of my stomach that every grasp we had on even a semblance of reality is gone.
I think he's got something shocking.
Oh, a noodle story?
Yeah. I think this is going to shock everybody.
It was something revolutionary he was doing yesterday.
Yeah.
They're having this little joke-a-thon or something where people call him with these terrible jokes.
By the way, Noodles told me that his favorite dish is Luxenkugel. Do you understand what that means?
No, I'm a Goya.
Well, okay, go ahead.
He's crinkling something in the background while this girl's telling her joke. And she gets done, and he starts talking.
Who is?
Noodles.
Where was this?
On gloves yesterday.
Well, when is he on?
Was he on yesterday?
In the morning.
He was on in the morning.
I mean, you know, Greg, not Noodles.
Oh,
It's
a good time for the great taste. Noodles got booted off that show.
Well, Boodles then.
Boodles, yeah.
Yeah, now you're getting a little closer to home.
Greg was doing this.
The main dude.
Okay. Gregory Benjamin.
He starts.
Are we ever going to get to this? Because I'm just about ready to pass out on the floor.
He starts doing something revolutionary. He's talking with helium. Doing the helium voice.
Jeez.
I know.
Greg, you should be ashamed.
I wanted to share that.
I feel so sick now. You have no idea. Between Lee Fowler and whatever the guy said he was doing before, and now Greg is doing it with helium.
A great new idea. God knows where he got it from.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. If I had $1 for every ounce of ingenuity in this town, I'd be at the Camilla's house right now online.
They're stealing all your material.
God.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't wait for those Geoff Charles unbelievable bumper stickers myself.
Is that the guy that shaves his armpits?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, great. All
okay,
right.
Well, thanks for the report,
Been
man. You
real.
got me really depressed now.
Hey, I'm going to the dentist. Talk about depression.
Okay, good luck to you. Not in Hallandale, I hope.
No.
Okay.
See you, bye.
Here they are. The Armadillo Cafe has just brought a latrine, or not a latrine, a trough. That was a poor choice of words. A trough full of food,
Can't
okay?
say that.
Why can't we say that?
Well, it's not
Hey,
correct.
I've seen the way you and the Captain Dave used to pig out over there, okay? You could have just been scooping it out of a trough.
Water.
Oh, yeah, water. We're always
Excellent.
game for that.
Yeah,
Great.
we always like
Okay.
water.
We do have an open line in Dade, by the way, while we're waiting for all of this food to get...
Fritters.
Oh, boy. Okay, I'll have 20 or 30 of those. In Broward, there it goes. It's already ringing. Oh, God, are these good. These little fritters. These are those roasted corn fritters? Mmm. And I got to eat lunch at Mommy's today, too. I can't believe
What a day. This is like all
Well,
eating day.
she'll find out. Even though she pretends she doesn't listen, she'll have very little. She'll have a light lunch, okay?
Good.
Now, what's in there?
Crab quesadillas.
Ooh, excuse me. That's with a Q. Well, I have a feeling we're going to do some serious pigging out here today.
Yeah. By the way, this headline in the Inquirer is an appropriate time for you to see it. Michael Jackson puts Fat Brando on a diet.
What's he eating? It's 11:43 at WIOD. I noticed you didn't answer my question.
Did
Probably
you?
just as well, yeah. Boy, these are so good. These roast corn fritters.
It is.
And there's even, I noticed, some applesauce, but I'm going to pass on that because they're good, like naked, all by themselves. They're incredible. They're not just good, they're unbelievable. Now, what's in there?
It's the crab quesadilla.
Crab quesadilla.
It's crab meat, guacamole, sour cream.
Oh, my. This is smoked barbecue duck.
Smoked duck?
My. I
I'll
love
be damned.
duck.
Oh, and there are those Texas tacos over there. I got my eye on that. Okay, this is from the Armadillo Cafe where I'm not eating any of their food today. So if it sounds in the background like I'm eating, I'm just doing that to make them feel good, okay, so they don't feel bad. Like if it sounds like I got food in my mouth. It's just a good act, okay? I do a hell of a job of, Ooh, those smoked tacos, boy.
Boy,
Texas
oh, boy,
ten-
oh, boy.
God.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm telling you, man, everybody that goes into your place just goes nuts. I mean, they're raving. They're just doing a tap dance on the ceiling. They are.
What is this?
That's citrus honey thyme sauce.
Honey thyme sauce.
For the duck.
For the duck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sliced duck.
Yes.
Well, I bet you. I hope Steve's not still in the building. He'll probably steal it all from you. Fat Rich says, here's a little caustic message. Save it. Yeah, by Thursday it ought to be really good, okay? Forget it, Rich. You're on a diet, okay? Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hi, how you feeling?
Hey, great.
Listen, I'm away to Gulfstream, and I'll give you a call when I leave.
What do you mean? You're leaving after the second race?
Probably after the fourth.
Well, what is that going to do? We're not going to be here after the fourth race. That's 3 o'clock.
No. After the second race, I'll probably be. I'll give you a call.
Well, let's see. The second race will be 1:30. Yeah, that'll be great.
Who's good in the 10th?
Who's good in the 10th? The Sunshine Forever is going to be about 3 to 5. Mortal Lock.
Okay.
But don't forget Julie Crone with Gaily, pal. There's your prize. Hey, listen, she won that last big race.
Oh, yeah?
Look out.
Listen, eat your food. I'll give you a call after the second.
Okay, good luck, kid.
Thanks.
Bye.
Great.
11:45 at WIOD. There's one of our Gulfstream degenerates. By the way, I got another hate letter from Maria in Pompano, the one that is all upset because I keep telling the kids to go to the track.
Yeah.
She says she hates me more than her ex-husband. That's how much she hates me.
Toledo. Okay? Is that possible?
I'm honored by that, Maria. That's really saying a lot. How many of them were there? 7 or 8? 1146 at WIOD. We have an open line in Dade County. 751 WIOD. Boy, this is, boy. I'm looking at the tenderloin with those onions. Just keep your claws off of that.
I already had one. Already snuck one.
No, I understand. No, we just got to put a stop to this, okay? We realize that you've been planning this for ages already, so we kindly consented.
Doing U-turns on the turnpike.
I can't resist this stuff. I really can't. But this is it for a while, okay?
It's great.
Till the next time you come by. Thanks a million. You guys are doing a great job. Okay, Armadillo Cafe up there in Davie, man. I'm going to tell you, it's so good that if the Davie City Council knew that they were serving such good stuff, they'd probably pass a law making it X-rated. Okay? These fritters. Have you ever had these fritters?
Yes, I have.
Boy, are they good. Too bad Nick don't have any food here, huh?
Yeah, he does.
Nick's got his own?
He's got food.
I'll be damned, boy. Right. You guys sure take care of him, don't you? Let's see. What did I say? We have an open line in Dade. I'll say it again because I don't think they heard me. There it goes, finally. They're a little slow today. Dick Farrel has replaced Geoff Charles. Is that what you're going to write? Dick Farrel, that's that right-wing douchebag up there, okay?
Oh.
And Mr. X is on only on the weekend, which, as far as I'm concerned, is more than enough. Bokeh, hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing? Hi, Bert. How you doing?
Okay.
You guys are eating. You're driving me crazy. I wanted to talk about my cable company.
I'm not eating. I'm just making chewing sounds like there was food in my mouth.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so good, man. But someone's on a diet. God.
But I'm not eating anything.
Yeah, sure. Listen. I've done everything you said with cable. I have.
It's enough to get the Pope apoplectic.
Yeah, but I can't get pay-per-view. And I say to her, why can't I get pay-per-view? She goes on the phone, well, we don't carry that service. So I wrote them a letter. I've called them. And I want to put a dish in my neighborhood. I live in a private community in Boca. We can't put a dish up.
Why not?
The Home Association doesn't allow it.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Well, I would move if I were you.
I just spent $300,000. I'm not going to move. I can't move. Well, there's nothing else I can do. You have any other suggestions? What can you do?
I would consider arsenic at this point.
How can they not let you have a dish? How's that possible?
Because my house faces Camino Real, which is a pretty major road. It's right in the middle of Boca del Mar.
So what about it?
They don't want any dishes facing the road.
Tell them to drop dead.
Yeah, tell them to drop dead.
It won't change anything, but it'll make you feel a lot better.
Larry, where's my lunch? I'm waiting for Cafe Italia to deliver our lunch to our office here.
Well, tell them to get on the dime, okay?
Yeah, listen.
We'll get off the dime.
Your show is great, and between you and Kane, who talked about food, I'm gaining weight just listening to you on your show here.
Well, just do like I'm doing right now, just to make some chewing sounds and don't eat anything, okay? Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Good luck.
Bye.
You're obviously going to need it living where you are. Boy, is this good, huh?